here. Okay, I'm just inviting Cassy along. So good to see you.
Good to see you.
This is so fun, but a little crazy. So, please forgive me that I'm going to kind of be doubling up with cameras, you all, because there's just really no way to talk to Instagram and Facebook at the same time. So I'm going to be like looking at Instagram and looking at Facebook, and you all are just going to pretend like nothing's happening. I don't know how to get this one to go down all the way. Mute it.
Good.
Can you still hear the feedback from the two? I've got it muted, but it's for some reason still kicking back and forth.
Is it feedback when I talk, or is that better?
Yeah, it's feedback when you talk.
Interesting. I have mine turned all the way down.
Me too. Let's try. Does that sound any better to everyone?
How about that?
It's choppy.
Because you'll hear it.
But I'm seeing you all come, so thank you. I'm glad that everyone's here. Hello from Colorado. I see you there.
All the technology.
I think that's as good as we can get it. I don't have any way to.
So we need one of you guys that are smarter than us with technology to figure this out.
How do we
create an app that can, intertwine Facebook and Instagram and all that stuff, and then retire?
Yeah.
Again, if you're retired already. So.
There we go. Okay. Go ahead.
All right, guys. Well, we wanted to welcome everyone. This is such a wonderful time we've been waiting for a long time. We're so happy each of you could join us. I'm going to bounce back and forth between cameras too.
I started that, sorry.
Yep. And we are excited to launch this book called Raised in the Kitchen. It is a lot of hard work that's gone into this. Carrian has done a tremendous job putting all her efforts, time, blood, sweat, tears, all that stuff into it.
I kind of always like when Kate has to talk about me in the book or something. Like, Cassy, maybe you feel the same with loved ones, but you never know what they're going to say, and you listen, and it's kind of like nerve-wracking, first of all, because what are they going to say? But then also, I don't know, it's kind of sweet, too, like hearing him say. Anyway, I won't get choked up. I'm a crier, so I'm not going to go there. But
I say blood, too, because she has cut herself.
I did slice my
with a
finger
knife.
open, yeah.
So literally, blood. But this is going to be full of our favorite family recipes. It's going to have so many things in there, stories, insights to life, how to help your children be successful in life.
And eat a dang meal for once.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And so hopefully our goal is to help you guys create memories with your family. And throughout the next hour, we're going to be giving away a lot of fun things. Some of those things include copies of our old Sweet Basil cookbook. Cassy has a cookbook that's also out there that we're going to be giving away. Her stuff is wonderful. You guys will get to know her shortly.
And I hear rumor that new and exciting things are coming in Cassy's life as well. I just made it sound like you're having a baby. She's not having a baby. I just mean it's like her own new exciting things. So more to come. Okay, go on.
And there's a lot of people that have put work into this too. So we want to thank a lot of people. Shadow Mountain team especially. They put a lot of work into this, and we're grateful for them.
Deseret Book.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lehigh Roller Mills.
I feel bad when you start naming people because you always omit people, right?
We won't omit anyone. Tonight we're so grateful for Lehigh Roller Mills and Blend Tech, Redmond Real Salt, Instant Pot, Jefferson Street Ceramics,
beautiful ceramics.
Yeah. All of our amazing sponsors for the night that are going to be filling your guys' buckets up with lots of goodies tonight.
And this is stuff we all use too, so you guys are gonna love it. Yeah. So Cassy's gonna be leading this thing with Carrian. They're gonna be talking a lot about informative things, answering questions, leading the discussion, and we want to welcome to have you guys do any questions at all. To put those out there for us. And in case you don't know Cassy, she is so wonderful. She is one of the best-selling authors out there of Cook Once, Eat All Week. So she also does a food blog called Fed and Fit. So she's going to tell you a little bit about that too, huh? So.
Okay. Should we roll with it then? Oh, and I was going to say too, this is kind of fun. So Cassy lives in San Antonio, Texas, and I feel like We have absolutely nothing in common with your weather right now, because aren't you a little bit warmer than us?
We are.
But let's see if we can find something in common. Oh, wait, no, you went to the office tonight. Dang it. There goes my joke. Cassie, is there any way that you're secretly wearing slippers right now?
I am wearing pajama pants. I'll be totally honest.
Yes! Yes! Because I can't get my foot up that high. Okay, it's blocking the screen. I'm in slippers. And listen, at first I was kind of bummed, Cassie, because I was like, I've been planning this for 2 years, and I planned this big launch party with the food trucks, and it's gonna be fantastic. And life has changed that, and so here we are virtually. But then tonight, as I was getting ready, I was like, wait, this is awesome. Like, I'm in slippers. No one even knows. Now you all know. And can you see? I tore the biggest hole. I was reaching for something and it went rip, and I'm like, we're just gonna roll with it. We're just gonna.
She's been working on her lats.
Keep it flat. My lats are so large that it tore my shirt. Anyway, thank you. Kate's gonna
I'm gonna manage this.
the giveaways and everything over here. So, okay. Let's get to it.
I am so excited to be here. If that's too much feedback, y'all let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
But
Can
I'm
you hear it too then?
I can just hear it through this speaker. We'll find out. Someone will leave a comment. I'm so excited to be here today, Carrian. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Thank
What
you.
an honor
Thank you.
to celebrate your book launch day. I am so honored. Raised in the Kitchen is such a gem. I'm echoing. Very echoey. Pickles. We're going to figure this out, y'all.
I don't know what to do, friends. Let's see. Can I? I can't mute it.
It says turn down volume on one of your devices.
The volume's down on both devices. This is what's hard is Facebook has a big chunk of our people, but so does Instagram. Why doesn't some genius make it that we can be on both? Aren't they owned by the same people? Okay.
Let's see.
Echo
Callie
for
thinks-
sure, they say. So,
Okay.
I mean, I went to school. Can't I think of some kind of solution here?
I sound like an alien. Oh, that's not a good thing.
What if I talk in my AirPods and switch it?
Does that
That
help?
might fix.
No.
Nope.
Did it not fix?
I can still hear.
Some people are saying it's.
I think
not
that might be. I think that might be better. Like a leaf just fell.
Okay.
Better?
Is that better, everyone?
That's
No.
working. Kelly said.
Let's just roll
I
with it.
think so. Okay, Callie said that's working. We're
roll
gonna.
with it.
Okay, that sounds good. Oh my gosh. Well, I am so excited. Happy book launch day. What an honor to be here and to chat with you.
Thank you.
I wanted to ask you the first question, and y'all, I'm going to jot down questions while you ask them in the chat. So please don't be shy about that. But Carrian, first question, what inspired you?
Do I have a hole in my shirt? Yes. Sorry.
First, let's get that one out of the way. She does, people. I would love to tell us a little bit more about the book and what inspired you to write it.
You know what's funny is I didn't plan on writing this book. This is totally different than the original that I came up with. So, we wrote up a contract and everything with our publisher. And we were like, okay, we're going to write this kids cookbook. It's going to be all about kids recipes. We'll give it to kids and they're going to love it. And as I was writing it, I was like, I am just sick to my stomach. I cannot sleep at night. I can't get past this feeling that this isn't right. And so after a little bit, I just ditched the whole idea and kind of went back to square one. And I was like, is this really the cookbook that I want to write? Is this really what I want to put in the hands of the people? And if not, what would it be? And the answer was, I would want what my mom did for me. Because growing up, there was no, Carrian, come to the kitchen. I need to teach you how to make chicken so that you can one day go live your own life and have your own family. Instead, I was just raised in the kitchen. And the more I thought on that, the more I realized it was far more than cooking that happened. I have this very distinct memory of being outside in our backyard. And I grew up in Vancouver, Washington. So please, if any of you are from the Pacific Northwest, you know that it is nothing but soggy. And we have like 15 different names for rain. And I'm serious. So I'm out in the backyard and there's like this big, big tree. And I'm raking like crazy with my friend. This is going to be the biggest, best leaf pile you have ever seen in all your lives. And we're raking, and it's soggy, and it's gonna be awesome because I've seen all the pictures in the books, and it's starting to get kind of drizzly and dark. And then my mom comes and opens the back door and she's like, Carrian, come in for dinner. And I seriously can be there right now. Like I remember walking slowly back to the house feeling like, you ruined my life, Mom. This was gonna be the biggest, best leaf pile ever. And I walk in and she was at the stove stirring potato soup. And she said, Carrian, can you cut the cinnamon rolls? And I hop up and she hands me a piece of floss and she was like, floss is the best thing to cut a cinnamon roll because it goes through so evenly. And so she teaches me how to do it, goes back to the stove, and I'm sitting there cutting, crossing its string and cutting cinnamon rolls. And as I was sitting there thinking about this book, I realized that's what I want. I want the moms who feel like dinner is a stress and a hassle and a nightmare to feel like they can do it. And I want the moms who feel like they're not connecting with their kids or that they're so overwhelmed trying to teach them everything they know to feel like she can do it. And I want the kids who have a little spark of interest, or those who are feeling lonely, or those who are just living a dang good childhood. Every scope, I want them to show up in the kitchen with Mom and Dad, and I want them to cook. And I want them to feel what I felt with my mom that day. And it wasn't, let me teach you how to cook. It was, I have time for you in my life. And you matter to me. And that, I think that's why I am where I am today. Because I felt loved,
That's
So
beautiful.
that's what this book is. It's recipes, it's everything, but it's also about relationships,
I love it. You start off in the book acknowledging that your readers are a part of your family. And in reading the book, I feel that way. I feel folded in. I feel like I can be in there for that experience where you're cutting the cinnamon rolls. And as a mom of 2 young kids, mine are 3 and 1, it gives me this, because we're in the very messy stage, right? There's a lot of help, but it's very messy help. And it just makes me so excited for what's coming. Okay, when did you introduce your kids to cooking, and why did you feel it was important?
Oh, that's a fantastic question. You know what? I don't think there ever was a time that I introduced them because I made a pretty conscious decision, and part of that probably stems from just being new mom, but I'll get to that. I just put them in there at every moment, Remember when are Bumbos still popular? I'm kind of removed from baby scene. Like they'd sit in that, like, isn't it a Bumbo?
Yes.
So I'd like sit them up in that right here on the counter with me, and we're like cooking and mixing, and I'm grabbing a little bit of something and sticking it in their mouth and just making them a part of my day no matter what I was doing. I've handled laundry and cleaning the house the same way. Whatever I was doing, they were doing too. So I'm folding laundry, they're folding washcloths. Folding. They're wadding up washcloths and throwing it up and down, laughing, and I'm refolding. But it's okay. So there wasn't ever necessarily an introduction. And I think that's one of the keys to cooking with your kids is to just make them a part of the day. Now listen, if you've missed that, and your kids are older, and you're like, whoa, I can't really stick my 15-year-old in a Bumbo. First of all, dare you to try. Like, maybe you can. You don't know. You don't know. And then they can't get out. But also, it's as simple as saying, okay, our daughter turned 15 on Friday, and she certainly doesn't want to spend as much time with us as she does with her friends. So I created Snack Friday. So every Friday she comes home and I have something delicious or healthy or snacky or totally indulgent ready on the counter. And now her friends are showing up for it too. And they're helping cook and they're getting interested. So it's a manipulation. That's what it is. It's I'm manipulating the moments and feeding the children.
But I saw one of your snacks, the chocolate dipped waffle cone with the yogurt and the berries as one of your afternoon snacks is so brilliant.
Yeah.
I'd show up for snack time.
Yeah. Yeah, and,
Okay.
and it can be like as cutesy as that, which is as cute as I get, or it can be as simple as like chopped up apples and peanut butter. But either way, they know they can congregate here every time. So you've never really missed your opportunity with kids to introduce them to the kitchen. I mean, every moment in the kitchen is an introduction. So it doesn't matter if you're teaching them to cook or if you're just feeding them, you know?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Do we want to do a giveaway of the cookbook?
Yeah,
Oh,
Kate,
sweet.
Kate just said, let's get that going. Okay, so we're doing 2, right? Our Sweet Basil Kitchen. So let me grab it because I forgot to grab it. I'll keep talking. So this is our very first cookbook that we put out. I have no idea. Few years ago, Grayson was a baby, which was, let me just tell you, maybe you did it too. Why did I do that? Why did I publish a cookbook with a brand new baby? That was dumb. So it's our very first cookbook. It has all the goodness in it, and we're gonna give away a copy right now. So let's see. Why don't you guys leave comments? Kate's tracking Instagram and Facebook. Leave a comment with your name to enter for this first one and where you're from. 1, 2, 3, go. And I can't wait to see too. I kind of like roll call. Don't you like roll call where you see where everyone is?
I do. I love it.
That's so fun. It really is so cold here. I'm in a short sleeve shirt, but the rest of the family's all in sweaters. Are you cold in Texas or no?
No, it's nice. Well, it's raining, but
That's okay. I can embrace rain, but is it 45 and like windy and you want to die?
no, it's high 60s. I don't want to rub it in.
But you will. She's like, also, I got a tan. So
Definitely no tans going on.
and I've had the best tacos ever because I'm in Texas.
That might be true.
What would you say is bigger in Texas? Like ribs or brisket? What do you think is more important?
I think brisket.
Yeah?
We take a lot of
Okay.
pride in our brisket. Yeah.
I
What's the most signature food there? Like I hear bakeries are very big.
Yeah. Yeah, bakeries are big. Ice cream's a big deal in Utah. Jello? No, I'm just kidding. I hear that all the time, but I'm like, I don't see it anywhere. I think ice cream and like, yeah, bakeries. Ice cream and bakeries are pretty big right now. I'm not as much a cupcake person as a cookie person, and I tend to make those at home, so I need to get out to the bakeries more. Okay, should we leave it? We're going to leave it for a minute while we answer a question, and then how about when we do the next giveaway, Cade will have pulled a random winner. Cool.
Perfect. That sounds great. Okay, my next question. So you were raised in Vancouver, Washington. I would love to know about your upbringing and how it led to where you are now.
Oh, okay. So Vancouver's funny because I'm trying to think of how to word this. It's very everything. It's very healthy, natural, organic, local. So that has fed a lot of me. Like we grew up with a huge garden, absolutely ginormous. My mom canned our food. Like we loved fresh out of the garden, like strawberry shortcake and that kind of stuff. So I feel like the biggest thing that the Pacific Northwest did for me is it really taught me to appreciate from the source and seasonal, you know? So if something's in season, I am like on it. You know, I see in the grocery store, oh, such and such has come out. And so I kind of plan my recipes around that. And in doing so, in shopping like that, especially as an adult, it kind of started to inspire me. It's how this whole thing came about was the fresh basil that we had on a margarita pizza in San Francisco when we were newlyweds. And I was like, man, just this freshness again kind of reminds me of home and makes me feel like me. And but I'm this newlywed and figuring out who I am as a wife and a mother, and it just sparked something in me to want to create things. I think that's it. Just the idea of growing something and turning it into something delicious and incredible, paired with other ingredients. I don't know, it's kind of fun. So, but that's half of me, right? Because my other half is my husband, and he's from South Carolina, where everything is fried, fried, and fried. But also just like barbecue and that kind of like smokiness, everything. And so I feel like even though Vancouver really inspired a lot of that, and we grew up camping and being as a family, I don't remember really ever eating out that much. We always ate at home. And I mean every night family dinner, even if we had to wait for someone to get home from soccer practice or me to get home from a band concert, let's just be honest about that one, then my mom did, because she felt family time was really important. But now that I have this husband from the South, I've realized that food also really comes with a story. And so it's really made me reflect on my life and kind of pull those stories out and recognize that food comes attached to things. I could ask anyone at any time, tell me about your grandma or your mom, and often it comes with a story about food, or tell me your favorite recipe, and it comes connected to a person. So it's kind of the blending of the two, backgrounds.
That's beautiful. That's so sweet. And I can see that in your recipes.
Yeah.
I think I have so many notes and so many things highlighted and pages marked. I can't wait to work through it. Do we want to do another giveaway?
Yes.
Maybe Reynolds wrap?
So let's announce that. Let's do Reynolds wrap, and then let's also announce do you have a winner for us, Kate? Okay.
Here. I just pulled it up. Melissa Moyers Osmond.
Let me see. I have my earbuds in, so I can't totally hear him. Melissa Moyers Osmond from California. Congratulations. You won our very first cookbook. Yay to you. So what we'll do is we'll want you to, and this goes for all winners. You'll see on the screen for Facebook, Instagram. Sorry, there's just no way. But you're not the bottom of the barrel. We love you just as much. It says email us at osweetbasil@gmail.com. I love that everyone's commenting with yay and congratulations. We have the best readers ever. You guys are so supportive of one another. I'd be like, dang it. But you're all cheering each other on. So good job. So email us at osweetbasil, ohsweetbasil@gmail.com, and we'll get that out to you immediately. Okay. Reynolds Wrap is next. So Reynolds Wrap is actually one of our partners right now. We are their ambassador for the year. So we thought it would be really fun if we would take a little grocery shopping off of your hands. So there's a whole box of gobs of oil coming your way. You're welcome. You can turn someone into a knight of shining armor, or you can cook deliciousness on the grill, in the oven, whatever. And let's see, in order to have them comment, let's say, what should they comment with, Kate? What's a good question? What is your favorite thing to cook on the grill?
Ooh.
1, 2, 3, go. Everyone comment.
Okay, wonderful. Let's do another question in the meantime. That sound good? Okay, great. I want to talk picky eaters.
Yep.
I'm on the edge of my seat for this answer. So you say in the book that you were a picky eater, and that you've had 3 kiddos, and you've worked to ease away from picky eating. What is the secret?
I would say the number one secret is to give up, because you're not going to fix them for years. And if you did fix them immediately, don't email me about it, because our 15-year-old is finally golden with everything but seafood. So don't go there. But I think take a deep breath, first of all, because dinner time should never be a nightmare. And I have to say that to myself often. If they're not eating something, just let it go. But please don't fix them a separate meal. And I know that sounds harsh, and I know you don't want your kid to starve to death and you feel guilty. Oh my goodness, Cade feels so guilty. This is our battle. He's like, but he's hungry. And I'm like, he should eat his dinner. So I really think one of the most important things is to set up some rules and guidelines ahead of time so that once you're in the moment of stress, you already have a clear plan. Number one, we're not fixing separate meals in this house. So if you don't eat your dinner, you'll have to wait until breakfast. And that's not mean. That's teaching them that they are not the boss. Back in the olden days, I highly doubt Laura Ingalls Wilder's mom was cooking up something separate for her if she wasn't eating. So I'm just going to throw that out there. Number two would be please put something familiar on their plate because they are hungry. But you have to remember that kids come with this like bundle of mixed up nerves and emotions and growth. And even the taste buds on their, or I'm sorry, I just blanked. What's it called when you're nursing and there's the spots on the tongue that move? Doesn't matter. It actually moves around their tongue. So like people who struggle nursing, for example, they'll say, oh, they were nursing great yesterday and today they're not. And that's because they're actually changing day by day. And so you kind of have to everyone's like, did she just talk about nursing? Let's go. They're changing day by day. And so what you have to recognize is if I put something familiar on their plate, they're not as overwhelmed by the rest of it. So if Grayson is in the mood of like totally loving applesauce, I'll put applesauce on the plate and I'll say, once you've had a little taste of everything, you can eat your applesauce. And then he goes to town and he doesn't feel as overwhelmed. There's something safe there. Next tip is shrink plate sizes. Just think about if someone brought you one of those huge platters that they use in restaurants for family style, and they told you that was your meal. You'd be like, no, as an adult, you'd be like, yes. But for a kid, it's overwhelming. That's too big. We need to think about their size. And so our kids, when they're little, they eat on a salad plate while the rest of us are eating on dinner plates. And it is so awesome. They don't feel as overwhelmed. They feel like they can reach in, grab new things. Also, kiss it and lick it is what my cute friend Lisa taught me. Her kids had sensory eating issues. And I realized, you know what? A lot of kids do. A lot of kids have sensory eating issues. It's why I don't eat, scallops and clams and oysters, because I don't eat things that are gross. So what we do is we say kiss it or lick it, Grayson. So you have to kiss it or lick it, and then you can be done. And slowly but surely, they start to get used to the smell and the feel and the texture. And next thing you know, they pop it in their mouth and you're like, don't make any big motions. They just ate it. Did you see that? They ate it. And we just keep going, right? I think final tip of all is just give praise when they do well, but don't keep telling them you have to. Oh, and actually, let's back it up to the whole meaning of the cookbook. Final tip is please get them cooking with you. The more they're touching the food, shopping for the food, chopping the food, I really believe with all my heart, the more they slowly start to try it, it's just not as intimidating,
Those are beautiful tips. I feel very encouraged. That's lovely.
And also, it just might not happen. It will eventually.
Yes. We had grilled chicken for dinner tonight, and our daughter, we have a Grayson also, the 3-year-old, and she went to town on this grilled chicken, and my husband and I were like, just nobody make any sudden movements. Like, yay. Okay,
don't mention it.
Exactly. Okay, do you want to do another giveaway? Announce the previous winner and do another one?
Yeah, for sure. So, Cade, our winner is Meg P83, salmon or everything. You're my kind of person. So, Meg, you're the winner of the foil. Please make sure you email us at osweetbasil@gmail.com. And I love that your daughter did that tonight. That is the best. Okay. This is so fun. Instant Pot is busting out there. Instant Pot Duo Crisp. And it has both the Instant Pot capabilities, all the 50 billion things you can do with that, but also the air fryer. And it's all in one. So they were so nice to offer that up to one of you. Why don't you tell us in the comments if you have ever used an Instant Pot before? If you have, just say yes or your favorite meal. The first time I used an Instant Pot was a little scary. I was like, am I going to blow up? What am I going to do?
Those are my exact thoughts. I was super intimidated.
And all the buttons, I was like, so I just want to cook chicken. I'm just going to push chicken. And now I'm like, oh my goodness, this is the best, greatest thing in the whole world. I'm curious, does anyone not have an Instant Pot? Because I think you need them.
Mm-hmm.
Someone told me the other day they have 3.
I have several, but we do reviews of all of them, so that's part of the reason why.
She's like 16.
Oh man. Okay, well, I have another question for you while everybody types in their answers. What other fun traditions have you created around food? I would love to hear. It just sounds like you really have just a wealth of traditions in your home.
We definitely have a lot of traditions. One of our traditions is that the kids cook with me. So like on Sunday night, we will gather up after dinner and I'll say, okay, is there anything? And not always, because I'm human and sometimes I just want everyone to go to bed. But we'll gather up and I'll say, hey, what do you guys want for dinner this week? And we'll make a little menu really quick. Like, oh, Claire wants spaghetti on this day. And Grayson wants, probably cereal. Quesadillas, let's be honest. This night, and Peyton wants this. And then that kid's in charge of that meal. And so one of our traditions is when they're really, really little, they cook alongside with mom for that meal for the day. And they feel so special making dinner or dessert or breakfast, whatever they chose. And as they get older, I kind of step more and more out of the scene. Now Peyton cooks all by herself. Another tradition is actually in the cookbook, which I love, 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 and I think you all should adopt right now. Go buy the cookbook. So can you see, this is our bake-off or cook-off tradition. This is an example of it. On our blog, we'll be posting a free printable that they can use as well. What I do is I pick a food item and I'll make it really basic. So a good example is cookie dough. I'll make it totally plain. And then I'll buy, there's 5 of us, so I'll buy 5 secret ingredients that are everything from crazy like potato chips to simple, super simple like marshmallows, which P.S., like almost every birthday and Christmas, Grayson buys Kate or I marshmallows. I'm big on take the kids shopping for the other person, and he's always like, I know what I want to get Dad, marshmallows. So marshmallows. Anyway, so we let them, draw names out, and the first person gets to pick their first secret ingredient, and they can use anything in the kitchen to add in, and we have to make like our own cookies or tacos or sandwiches or whatever, and we have a big off. And at the end, everyone, tallies up whose is the very best, and we have a winner. So that's really fun. Or sometimes we'll do it around town. We'll go grab a cookie at 5 different cookie shops, and then we'll all decide who has the best chocolate chip cookie. It's just a fun way to be together. And secretly on the side, what it's doing is teaching your kids to try new things and get comfortable cooking in the kitchen. But it just feels like a game to them. And it is so fun. It's so fun.
That is so fun. I cannot wait to do that with the girls. That's so sweet. The most creative we've gotten is experimenting with pancakes. And I think my daughter would be all about marshmallows and pancakes, actually, if I put those as an option. Okay, do you want to announce another?
Can we just have all the readers? Oh, sorry. I was going to say, can we have all the readers really quick? Just take a vote against Cassy here. Who thinks she has no choice now but to go ahead and make pancakes with marshmallows and post the results tagging me so that I can help share what the heck it turned out like? You have no choice. You walked into it.
I have no choice. I must. I will. Yes. This Sunday, mark my words, when we do pancakes on Sunday. I'll follow your recipe, your pancake mix recipe in the book as our base. That sounds perfect. Okay, do you want to announce another winner?
Yes.
Yes, we do. It is Becky Bowen.
Becky Bowen, it's your lucky day. Congratulations to Becky. Yep, Becky Bowen. Okay. Oh wait, hard-boiled eggs. Oh, I love cooking hard-boiled eggs in it. It's so fast and easy. And they turn out not gray, not green, perfectly yellow. I love that. Okay, so Becky, make sure you email us. I'm just going to keep saying it in case you're on Instagram, ohsweetbasil@gmail.com. I should be on a radio announcement or something. Remember, that's 888-88-8888. Okay, next giveaway. Okay, This one's so fun because it's a reality check giveaway. I reached out to 2 of my favorite local brands here in Utah and asked them if they'd be willing to donate for the days that you just can't. Because I want you to cook from the cookbook, I want you to make real meals, and I also want you to be real and just own it on the days that it flops or fails. So Lehigh Roller Mills, if you've ever seen What's Wrong with Me? Not Dirty Dancing. What is it? Footloose. Footloose. If you've ever seen Footloose, they filmed here in Lehigh where I live. They're donating a whole bunch of mixes for you. So if you try making something and it just doesn't turn out, you can bust out some muffins and scrambled eggs. And then also Redmond Real Salt. I forgot to bring it up, but they're going to give a lucky winner a bunch of their salts and salt seasoning mixes. It is the only like regular fine sea salt that I use in my kitchen. It looks like this. They are my favorite. There's no metallic taste that you tend to get in salt, and so your food actually tastes better. They're not paying me to say this. I really did just say, I want to talk about you. Their salt's amazing. It really will make such a difference in your cooking. I'm a really, really big, huge fan of using correct salt. And if you read in the cookbook, you'll find out that there is actually an entire section about what salt you should be using and when, because it does, in fact, matter. One of the cooking tips I tell everyone all the time is you really should not be making dessert without salt. If the cookie recipe doesn't have salt, you need to add it in there because it creates a more balanced and it actually enhances sweetness. Did you know that? Salt enhances the sweetness. So, everything's in the cookbook that you need to know about salt, from how to really salt a pot of vegetables, simmering away, or pasta water, whatever. So that's our next giveaway. Oh, wait, I forgot to tell them what to comment with. I got distracted. Okay. What should they say? Oh, why don't you answer with when you should salt the pasta water?
Ooh.
There is an actual answer to that. So when you're making pasta, when do you add the salt to the water? 1, 2, 3, go. And don't worry, we'll just pick a winner even if you're wrong. We'll all snuggle you up and wish you condolences on being incorrect.
Oh, that's hilarious. I have my Redmond salt right here in my studio kitchen.
Yeah, see, it's
best.
delicious, right?
It is.
I'm telling you, I want to convert the world somehow. Okay, and the kids are all gathering around like, did she just talk that long about salt?
Well, do you want to bring in some special guests? Is it time?
Let's do it. Let's bring the kiddos in. Hi. We should have gotten Grayson. Do you want to grab Grayson? No, he fits. You can see. Oh, are you on your tiptoes? He's a floating head. Good job, bud. Here, look. Dad will let you stand on something. This is the stool he usually uses. It's like a step ladder that we bring in so that he can cook alongside me. There. Did anyone want to sing the We Are Family song? We are. Can you say hi, everyone?
Hi, y'all. It's so good to see you. I have a question for each of you, if that's okay. I would love to ask you. Okay, let's see. Peyton, you're first. Is that okay? I would love to know. Okay, so I read a little bit. I know how comfortable you are in the kitchen, and I have a feeling you might have a favorite kitchen tip or a hack maybe up your sleeve. Is there anything that you like to do in the kitchen that you'd like to share?
Well, don't cut an egg in half.
Tell them that. I can't believe that's where you went. Tell them the whole story.
Me and my friend are making sugar cookies, and we split the rest in half so it wouldn't make as many, and we cut the egg in half with a knife. Didn't know how to cut it.
So how do you really? So she gets home and she was like, "Mom, we were making cookies, and how do you split an egg? 'Cause we just tried to cut it, but it's hard to cut." And I was like, is this really what you tried to do? You're so smart. Why did you do that? So tell them, do you remember how to really half an egg? Okay. I love misking things.
You whisk it together and then you just like have to.
You pour out half. Yeah, so if you ever need half an egg, whisk it up in a bowl, pour out half. Good job.
That's brilliant. That's such a good tip. Thank you so much, Peyton. Okay, Claire, I have a question for you. Do you have a favorite dish or recipe that you like to cook in the kitchen?
Maybe Nutella.
Ooh, that's a good choice. That sounds really yummy. Grayson, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you love cheese? Do you really love cheese?
10 means I love it most of all.
The biggest.
Say it real loud so she can hear you.
10. I had a feeling.
I can't imagine why. Did you see that yesterday? You should tell them all what you're talking about.
I did. So Carrian was showing how to make scrambled eggs. She has a really great go-to recipe of scrambled eggs in the book. And she was showing it and she had a pile of scrambled eggs. And Grayson, you came in to help her, right, with the recipe. And while she was talking about the recipe, he was standing in front of her and he was just eating the shredded cheese. It was great.
And I'm clueless, man. I'm just like, and then the eggs, and I'm just so clueless. We watched it back, and I was like, "Oh, that sneaky little son of a gun!" Like, you're very good at being sneaky. You should be a ninja. No, a soccer player. You don't want to be a soccer player now? Awesome.
Oh my gosh. Well, it's so nice to meet y'all. My last question, and it can be anybody. Do y'all have a favorite recipe in the book?
Is you need to remember? What's your favorite thing to eat in the book? And do you have one?
Oh,
That's not in the book.
I think the ribs or the French toast is really good.
Ooh, I do love those ribs. Good call. Good call. Claire, what's yours? 3, 2, 1. Cheese doodles. Oh, what's yours, Grayson? I feel like you're gonna say bacon. I just couldn't. What's your favorite? The cookies. That makes sense. We're gonna make cookies tonight, huh? After this is all over, we're having the lemon drop cookies from the cookbook. They're good, huh? Okay, so we send the kiddos off.
Sounds good. Bye. It's so good to meet y'all.
Say goodbye.
Oh, so
fun.
precious. Thank you for sharing them. Would you like to do another giveaway? And announce a winner?
Yes, that winner, yes, let me find it real quick. It is Jennifer Kurtz Hall.
Let me see.
Before it boils.
Jennifer Kurtzall. I'm sorry. Listen, no one can pronounce my name either. It's Carrian. It looks like you say, everyone always says, "Oh, are you Korean?" No, it's Carrian. So I'm sorry, Jennifer Kurtzall. Kurtz Hall. Oh, sweet Basil at gmail.com. Email us. Okay, what's the next giveaway?
Our next giveaway is Grayson Kitchen Cookbook with aprons and Jefferson Street ceramics.
Oh, awesome. Peyton, will you grab me the aprons? Okay, I love that Peyton's loudly going. Yes. Okay. So, oh, and I didn't get out the pie dish either. So the next one is the actual cookbook, Raised in the Kitchen. We're so excited to put it into your hands. I'll make sure that you get a signed copy. And then also, we're missing one of the aprons. That's okay. We've got 3 Darling Kids aprons that go along with it. There's a little girl's one, a little boy's one, which is so cute.
Oh
and then
gosh.
there's a gray half apron. What? No, it's not called half apron. What's it called again? Something. Half apron for an adult or a teenager. That, along with the cookbook, and then Jefferson Street Ceramics is a local ceramics shop here in Utah. I adore them. Their pottery is unreal. We're going to do a pie plate, pie weights, and then also oil crepes that are so gorgeous. Here's an example of the pie dish. They are so beautiful. They're made right here in Salt Lake. You guys are going to love them. So we'll do a giveaway for that. And tell me I was going to say the age, but you might not have. Well, yeah, let's go with it. Tell me the age that you made your first recipe. So were you a kid or an adult? I want to hear.
That's a great question. I'm going to be shopping because those are beautiful ceramics. That's so beautiful. Okay, and I have another question for you while folks enter. Do you feel, this is especially relevant to me as we go into some busier seasons, do you feel like a homemade meal needs to be made every night? What's your take on that?
Ooh, good question. Can I say yes and no? I think the goal should be to gather every night for dinner. I do. I think it should. And I think if schedules get to the point that they're so insane that you can't gather every night, then it's time to reprioritize. Figure out, do we need to change the meal time to accommodate people? Is there something that we can cut out? If absolutely not, when are we going to gather in the day? Is it going to be breakfast instead of dinner? So I do think the goal should be to gather no matter what. I think you should aim in the beginning, which I say in the cookbook, for just once a week. If you're brand new to cooking and you're overwhelmed by it, aim for once a week. And then from there, be ready to move up. Don't leave it at once a week. Move it up until you're eating together every night. So the reason I would say no is I understand why. I do. I'm exhausted 99% of the time. In fact, I just asked you all on Instagram, please, how do I stay asleep? I'm waking up every early morning at 4. So I get it. Sometimes you can't make it happen. And I think in those cases, really even an oatmeal bar where you let the kids pick their own toppings is sufficient, and that still counts as homemade. Or a box of, Lehigh Roller Mills muffins, that still counts. And go out to dinner sometimes because, yes, it's important to support your local economy, but it's also important just to go do something fun and different. So the goal, yes. The reality, give yourself a break. It's okay to not make it happen.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much. That's really sweet and encouraging also. I love to cook, but some nights I just don't have it in me. And it's the granola mix or the box mix, something like that. It's really good to know to lean into those. It's a really great reminder. You have another huge giveaway coming up. Do you want to pick a winner? You had some really great entries for this last one.
Yes. Okay, I can't wait to tell me what some of the entries were, Kate. I'd love to hear.
A lot of them are really young. 8.
Ooh, like
12,
8,
7,
12, 7, in case you can't hear him. 10. I love that. I love that so many of you guys made your first recipe when you were younger. So who's our giveaway winner? Who's walking away with the bundle?
That would be Susan Wheatley.
Susan Wheatley! Congratulations! You won all the things. No, you won the cookbook and the aprons, and you won the ceramics. Congratulations. You're going to love them. Please reach out to us at our email. I just feel so silly saying it again. I can't do it. osweetbasil@gmail.com. Okay, so we have, this one's a little different. We're going to do another giveaway. We just have a few minutes left together, so I'm going to cruise here. And I apologize. I might be saying this wrong. I should have verified ahead of time, but this is how I say it, Kuhn Rikon. It's a brand. I use like all of their kitchen items because they really are the best. So it's something as simple as the don't leave the sharp edge can opener. My absolute favorite potato peel or vegetable peeler, I should say. I'm just pulling everything out because I really do have them all. Their garlic press is a must. I've learned that one of the reasons people don't enjoy cooking is because they feel overwhelmed by all the prep work, right? And so it's like, I gotta make dinner tonight, which means I have to start on all of that lineup. Well, right tools kind of makes a huge difference. So I buy a garlic press, and it makes mincing your garlic like that. If I ever have to chop it with a knife, I feel like it's the worst day ever. Really good quality whisks, vegetable peeler will all make it go faster. So tell me, which kind of can opener you use, electric, old-fashioned hand crank, or the no sharp edges? 1, 2, 3, go.
That is such a good question. I love it. Okay, and I have a question for you. You ready for this one? Okay, so this next one that I've got for you, your kiddos are ages 5, 10, and 15, which is such impressive spacing. So Grayson is your youngest, the 5-year-old, right? Claire is your middle child, and then Peyton is your oldest. Now, at such different ages, how and doing all the wonderful work you do to get them involved in the kitchen and cooking with you, how do you accommodate all these different age ranges and skill sets at the same time?
Well, it's a nightmare. It's like everything else I try to teach them in life. I'm like, okay, I have to do something that's like stick figures and puppets, and at the same time reach a teenager through like Shawn Mendes. So it's a tricky task. I think one of the biggest ways to do it, though, is to just assign everyone their own thing to do. So, for example, we have a video that we'll be posting soon of how to make our killer taco salad from the cookbook. And you'll see that Grayson's off to the side tearing lettuce, while Peyton is doing all of the bigger, heavier, like making the actual salad dressing. And so one of the ways that you can kind of tackle the age ranges is, first of all, don't be afraid to say no. Don't be afraid to say, oh, Grayson, I know you want to chop that onion so bad, and I can't wait until you're older than me, and you can totally chop that onion. You're going to be awesome at it. But I really need you to do this right now. And then, lots of encouragement, and have him do the smaller task. With the older kid, really make them feel special and set them up on something where they can just read instructions and get going. And of course, the middle, I act like her sous chef. I'm like, Claire, what do you want me to do? And she'll assign me something to do while she's completing her little task, like grating cheese or stirring something in a pot. She can make the French toast all by herself. And I think it's because I started her out moving along in tasks.
Mm-hmm. That's wonderful. Again, so encouraging. You have a gift, Carrian. You probably already know that. But you have a gift for encouragement for sure.
Thank you.
Yes. Would you, and that's woven throughout the book. If y'all haven't already ordered yourself and several copies for other people in your lives, definitely highly, highly, highly recommend. This is going to be a staple in your kitchen. Do y'all want to announce another giveaway winner?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
This one is Danny Martin, 1219.
Danny Martin, you have to turn it like Danny Martin, 1219. Congratulations. So, old-fashioned hand crank. And I love seeing all these ages that people have, 26, 20, and 9. Yeah, that's awesome. That is a big range. And I need to do that and be a sous chef to my 12-year-old. Totally. And you know what? It really makes them feel so much better in the kitchen when you stop saying, let me teach you how to do something. Because they all day long they're in school being told, let me teach you. And so instead of saying teach you, it's kind of like chores. Instead of saying chores in our house, I just say, hey, can you help me by vacuuming that up real quick, or whatever. So when you have a 12-year-old and you say, hey, can I be your sous chef? All of a sudden they feel like, I want to do this more often because I'm the boss. And they're not. It's really you, but it feels good.
Oh, I love that.
Yes, our last one.
This is our final grand prize.
Grand prize giveaway is Blendtec blender in jars.
I wanted so badly to tease right now and say, I'm the grand prize. I'm going to come to your house. I'm going to cook alongside you, because that would be like such a dream. That would be so fun. Kay just said it, at the beach. Yeah, Kay, make that happen. But it's just as good. I'm obsessed with our blender. I've used every blender out there. I remain committed to Blendtec. So they've been so gracious to provide a designer blender for you guys tonight, along with the jars that go with it. It really does make a huge difference in your kitchen to use a quality blender. In fact, the lemon drop cookies in our cookbook, you grind up actual lemon drop candies, and the Blendtec turns it into the finest powder. It's just deliciousness. So one of you gets to go home with a Blend Tech blender. And I think to enter, you should let me know what will be your first recipe you make in the blender. 1, 2, 3, go. I'm curious too, when you guys are answering, will you answer for the giveaway? And then will you just raise your hand and let me know if you guys have the cookbook, if you've ordered it already. I'd love to see who's already been getting their pre-orders because they started rolling in last week, which is amazing.
That is nice and early.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Back to
good. Okay, great. Well, I'm supposed to have one more question. I have a very short question, and then part 2 is my real question. Is that fair?
Yes.
And then I'll let you go make your lemon drop cookies. So my first question is the easy short one. And somebody had asked this also in the comments, but what is your favorite recipe in the book? If you had to pick one.
No.
I can't believe I did that to another author. I'm so sorry. That was mean.
I knew it would come too. I knew it would come because I would ask the same thing. Oh, my favorite. All right. I think. Can I have 5? Okay, I think one of my favorite recipes would, okay, 2 savories, okay? One of my favorite savories is this one. It's the quick and easy chicken parmesan. And the reason that's my favorite is because it's the very first dinner recipe I ever made as a kid. This is what my mom taught me to make. She taught me that crushed up croutons make for a better breading than breadcrumbs to get their texture. And it's crazy easy. So it's kind of nostalgic for me. And then braised short ribs is one of the first recipes that I created that I was like, that could go in a restaurant. And I say that with humility. And then of course everything else because they're my favorite. I mean, I just feel like this is one of those cookbooks where you walk away going, I would use that cookbook every day, and secretly, maybe you feel the same. A lot of cookbooks aren't very usable. They're pretty, but you would not make the recipes. This one, I really like all of them. Okay, do you have part 2? Sorry.
I do, but I just wanted to, that was a note I wrote down, is this is a cookbook you will use every day. Like if you're just getting started, I really do believe that. There's staples that you're going to want to have and lean on. And I highlighted those short ribs. I will be making those. Okay, so my last question for you is, speaking specifically to maybe the cook in the house, whoever that is if you're feeling a little uninspired in the kitchen, do you have a piece of tip and a piece of advice for someone to really just get more excited about, buying a brand new cookbook that's this lovely will probably help, but do you have a piece of advice for someone who's just looking to re-inspire themselves in the kitchen?
Yeah, I like that. To be honest, my real life answer would be, I think you need to look for a moment in your life. And I know that seems a little cheesy and a little different to say, but maybe what you need to do is you need to feel food again, feel the moment that happened along with that recipe. When I'm in a rut cooking, I will go back to one of the basics that I grew up on, even the cheesy ground beef and rice casserole my mom would make. It gets me all comforted and nostalgic, and all of a sudden I can breathe again. Alex Bornicelli told me, the Food Network chef, told me in New York once that when a chef is really, really struggling with inspiration, they will eat something the total opposite. So if they're trying to think of a pasta dish, they'll eat tacos. If they're trying to think of a Greek dish, they might go have Italian food or whatever, and just kind of mix it up. And when you're a home cook, I think what you need to do is think about the feelings instead of the food. Go to the opposite.
That's so beautiful. I want to go home and cook. I'm going to go make lemon drop cookies to feel like I'm in the kitchen with you.
Us too.
Thank you. Thank you so much for allowing me to come in and be a part of this. Congratulations on the release of this fabulous resource. Everybody who gets their hands on it is going to know how lucky they are and fortunate they are that this exists in the world. It is a true treasure.
Thank
really
you.
is.
This is crazy. It's so fun, but it's crazy. And thank you for saying that. That's ridiculously kind of you. Okay, do we have a winner?
Paige Marie Venuti.
Paige Marie Venuti. Watch, she's gonna be like, that's not how you say it. Congratulations, Paige! Blendtec is the best. You're gonna love it. You can even make the smoothies and popcorn that we have for dinner sometimes if we're feeling utterly exhausted. It's a weird combo, but don't mix it together. I said that weird. Have a smoothie, a side of popcorn so you get the crunchy and the healthy something. Congratulations, Paige. Email us at ocbasil@gmail.com. And I'm so glad that it was you tonight, Cassy, because you are just a gem. So kind. It was so good to be here with you tonight. And I love the light and the happiness that you bring to everything. And I'm just forever grateful. So thank you.
Thank you. Likewise.
What? Oh. Yeah. If anyone doesn't claim the prize, then Kate's saying
I'll redraw for you guys.
we will redraw and we'll find a new winner. So hurry and make sure that you email us tonight so that we know that you're claiming your prize. But we'll sign off. Cassy, thank you so much for everything. We'll add links. You guys can get the book at DeseretBook.com or in stores at Target, Barnes & Noble, Amazon, of course. And all the direct links are on our website. So if all else fails and you forget, go to osweetbasil.com. And the links are right there so you can get the cookbook. We can't wait. Please take pictures and tag us, and we'll have more surprise giveaways or surprise drawings for just random pictures showing up, tagging us with our cookbook and recipes you're making. So go to. Okay, see you all. Bye.
Thanks, guys. You're
Bye.
awesome. Have a good night.